get posted online. So I wanted to make that announcement. Yeah. Most people are like, I don't want to be on YouTube. All right. So welcome everyone to Career Planning Prep. I'm sure many of you may be taking an online class for the first time. Are there any people that are taking this online for the first time? Oh, so
Yes.
far, yeah, one. Okay, Andrea. Okay, is it Andrea or Andrea? Is it?
It's the same. You do it very well.
Oh, good. Good. My cousin has the same name, so I know everybody's different with how they pronounce it. Okay, very good. All right, guys. So the way that this, I'll walk through the structure of the course, and I'll actually walk through the course too. I know some of you may have already had an orientation with your campuses. Did everyone get my email? Did everyone get a welcome email? Maybe you
Um,
haven't checked.
where?
Yeah, it would be in your email, in your student email. You
I
don't
see.
have to check it now, but did someone say
Okay.
yes?
As
I just want to make sure it's working and you guys got it.
Go.
Uh,
Just can come.
I'll show you what it says after, when we do the class walkthrough. So there's two different places you'll get announcements. You can always access the announcements from the classroom portal, but when the announcement goes out, it should also go to your email. So I just wanted to know, but it's not a big deal if you didn't get it. I'll show you where to get it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone because I know some people are on campus. All right. So um, I know, like I said, many people are wondering why this class. Some I'm in welding, I'm in HVAC, I'm in VA. What am I taking a career prep class for? But I don't know if you know or not that business, everything they're doing is business. We would all agree with that, right? I don't think anybody is not working for a business. So even if you're a VA, there's the business of VA. If you're a welder, there's the business of welding, right? So you're still going to work for a business regardless of what discipline that you are going into. Also, some of you may be wanting to start your own business. So, just even understanding the aspects of a business is very important. Here it says that understanding business can be a powerful asset for a trade student. Why is that? Well, it opens doors beyond hands on and it sets you up for leadership, entrepreneurship, and financial success. So, with that, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. Maybe that'll make sense. My name is Cynthia Taylor. I've been teaching with Southern Tech for a couple of years now, but I've been teaching for about 20 years. I started out in the United States Army. I was in the Army for about 11 years, and then I got out and went into finance. And later on, I did some work with nonprofits and government. I've taught for about 10 different schools throughout my career. I've even taught in Africa and Ghana. I pursued my doctorate in business, a master's in finance, a master's in cybersecurity, and hopefully in a few months I'll be graduating with an executive juris doctorate degree. So I know you're probably saying, well, what in the world are you doing? Well, as you'll find is, most of our careers evolve, right? When I was in the military, I had no idea what I was going to be when I grew up. I actually thought I was going to go into computers, and then years later, now I'm actually dealing more with technology. But as your career evolves, you will continue to stay into education. You will be, going back to school, getting certifications. Some of you may even pivot into different careers. So it's going to be very important for you to understand the aspects of running a business that you're going to be a part of, right? It's more than just the work, right? It's also the business. So, what we hope to accomplish in this class is not to just prepare you for your job, but to also prepare you for your career, whether that is starting a business or if you're not going to start a business, you're going to be running somebody else's business because an entry level position is just that. Most of you will not be entry level, and some of you may not even be going into an entry level position, and you're going to be making your way up. You're going to be supervisors, managers, directors. So you need to understand how that the critical nature of that. Does that make sense? Right? So the good thing is this class is all about you, right? Yes, there will be a lot of assignments, but most of the assignments are centered around you. They're centered around getting you to understand what your career plan looks like. Not the position, not the first job, but what does your career look like? How you thinking long term? In 10 years, I want to be X. I want to have this type of skill set. I want to have this type of career progression. And that's what we're here to talk about in this class. So the good news is you'll just be thinking a lot about yourself, right? There will be some skills and trainings that we'll touch on, and you'll be working very closely with your career services departments to include, making sure that you're prepared, not just for a interview, but the type of interview that you'll need for your respective trades, right? Because all of us are in different trades. As a matter of fact, let's do a quick roll call. Who's in the VA program? Are there any VA students here? I saw the
Yes.
roster, but I didn't remember. Got one? Okay. What about HVAC? Okay, we got
HVAC.
HVAC in the building. Electrical? Any electrical?
Well, we finished electric lab.
This is your last class?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some graduates in the building as well. And then,
We all of them we here we're gonna graduate.
okay, okay, very good. Okay, I know. So, let me see if I,
Yarilisa.
Yaralisa.
Yeah,
I know
you can call me.
you saw me struggling,
y-
right?
Yeah, you can call me Isa if you want. That will go.
Isa, Isa. It's only because
Yeah,
I can't roll my R's,
I know
and even
nobody.
yes, I know. And I've had
I
3 years of
got you.
Spanish. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but that's okay. You got to practice, right? All right. So, and then who else I didn't call out? Welding. Any welding? What we can obviously see, we're all from different disciplines, right? We're all from different programs. And so, everybody experience will be different, but that is what career service is going to help you to
I'm
do, help you to,
sorry. Francisco is behind me, but he can talk, so he just let us
oh,
know
that's
he
okay.
wanna talk, so he can talk. We close. Yeah,
That's okay. It's so
so
very
we
good. That's
yeah.
good to hear. Okay, hey. Okay, very good. So, and that's okay because when I talk about attendance, you don't necessarily have to like even joining as a group is fine because your attendance will be counted in a different kind of way. All right. All right. So, mock interviewing is going to be important. We'll talk more about what that looks like. We're also going to be doing this thing called informational interviewing. Now, it won't be a physical interview, but what it will be is a information gathering session. It's like picking your brain. Back in the day, if people say, "Oh, let me pick your brain for this. Let me talk to you about that." So we're going to ask you to do that. Finding someone in your career, in leadership. It could be anybody. It could be your mom, your brother, next door neighbor, someone at school that's in leadership. And we just want you to pick their brains because this class is trying to teach you about long-term thinking. So we want you to sit down with leaders and say, okay, maybe they can give you some sage advice, giving them your long-term goal and letting them give you some feedback. So, and then you'll also learn that informational interviewing is a key tool for networking. And I'm going to say this, I'm sure you probably already know this, but networking is going to be a big part of your career. So we'll talk a lot about networking in this class as well. Of course, we're going to hit on resumes. You're going to need your resumes for your next position. I'm sure Career Services is already working with you in regards to that. But we'll just touch on resumes. I'll talk about the academic side of it. They'll be helping you write your resumes. You'll be turning in a resume that Career Services assisted you with, and they'll sign off on it saying that it's good to go. You'll turn that in at the end of week 2. All right. So let's talk about how the class is structured. Every day there is a daily attendance requirement, and I'll show you how that lays out in your points wise in a minute. But The class runs from 9 to 12:30. The live session happens at 10 a.m. Now, it goes from Monday through Thursday. You can come to the live session. Thank you all for showing up. Or, as you know, saw me say, the session is recorded. So once we're done, I'm going to post the recording. If for any reason you can't make the 10 o'clock live session, you can always watch the recording. I know some of you have requirements to be on campus, some don't. So for those that are on campus, they clearly may be able to attend. But if for any reason you can't, let's say you come to campus late, you can always just click on the recorded sessions and I'll show you where to get them. And the biggest thing is this: at the end of the live session, I am going to give you your daily participation assignment. Most times it's just a question, right? Really easy. What you'll do as soon as this live session is over, you'll go to that live session participation assignment, answer the question right away, answer very quickly, then you're done. That is how you get attendance. Just coming to the live session does not get you attendance. Seeing that live session participation question, posting the answer to that question is how you get attendance. So whether you come live or you watch the recording, is very important. And it must be done by 12:30. It must be done by 12:30. If you do not post the answer to that assignment after 12:30, you will not be able to get attendance. You will not be able to get attendance, and that particular assignment closes. Even if in a situation, God forbid, something happened and you just couldn't post, I have made exceptions where I allowed you to post the assignment, but your attendance is already completed. So, your attendance is very important in this program. So, definitely do everything you can to post that attendance question by 12:30. Do we have any questions on that? It's very, very important. I want to make sure we understand how that process works.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Um, all the homework is unlocked. So when we finish the video, we can do the homework.
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that
Okay.
question because I'm sure you all are going to be so bummed to know that we're not going to be on here for 3 hours. We're only going to be on here for the first 40 minutes. And then you're going to go and you do your other assignments. And I'm going to show you what they look like. And every day you will have assignments, but they won't be large assignments. They'll be progression based assignments. And so you'll get a hang of it. And most people do exactly what Litsa says. They're going to come to the session, get their participation question, post that live session question, do their assignment for that day, and then they're going to be on their way, right? Really easy. And most people that do it that way, straight A students, I'm going to tell you, right? So, just a quick note about communication. Communication is key in this class. Clearly, we are remote, right? So, and I'm going to show you my email, my phone number, the announcements. There's so many different ways to get a hold of me, right? So, because you're responsible for the content, right? So, if you have a question about it, please, please, please reach out to me directly. Your campuses are there to support you. But if you have a specific question, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. You're going to have my email address. You can just reach out to me directly, right? Get the answer very quickly. All assignments are open. So here's what happens: the class opened today at Monday. The entire week, Monday's assignments, the entire week is open through uh, Sunday, with the exception of the participation question. So the participation question is a daily assignment. It closes every day at 12:30, but you have other assignments for that day as well. Sometimes you have just one other assignment, sometimes you have two. But regardless of whether it's a Monday assignment, a Tuesday assignment, a Wednesday assignment, or Thursday assignment, they all are open right now. So technically, you can work ahead on your assignments. I know some people say, "Oh, I may be going out of town," or I may have a doctor's appointment, or I may be busy on Wednesday. You can do your Wednesday assignment on Tuesday, or you can do your Wednesday assignment on Thursday. Not the participation question. That still has to be done by 12:30. All the other assignments are open until Sunday. Please know that extensions, I know some things happen, they're not guaranteed. So please don't, really rest on, oh, let me try to get an extension. Try to get everything done by Sunday. One quick note, and we'll say this every week. Thursday on week 4 is when the class ends. So even though most weeks go from Monday to Sunday, week 1, Monday to Sunday, week 2, Monday to Sunday, week 3, and week 4, it goes from Monday to Thursday. You understand? So try to get that done, everything done, and you'll even have an extra time for week 4's assignment, but we'll be talking more about that. So let's talk a little bit about how the assignments are grouped, right? Here's how everything adds up. Your participation attendance is 25% of your grade. That's how important that is, guys. So remember, how do I get my 25 points? Well, I get that from doing that live session question, right? Then what happens? 40% of your grades are from those assignments that you have until Sunday to do. You will have a final project. That's 15% of your grade. You have a midterm and you have a final. Those add up to 100%. Do we have any questions on that? Do we all understand how that works?
Yeah, and Francisco say yeah.
Okay. All right. I know. All right. So now, listen, guys, I know it seems like a lot. We're going to walk through some of this stuff so you don't have to, because I know it looks overwhelming. I want to spend some time in the classroom just showing you around the classroom, showing you how to get things, showing you how to post. We need to do our first access to the assignment, so we'll do that together. If you have access to your class, I want you to go ahead and get ready to log in now so I can walk you through some of it, all right? But before we do the walkthrough, I want to give you your participation question for today because I want to give you some time to play around in your classroom. Here's your participation question for today. You can go ahead and write this down. I want you to know, I want to ask the question, what do you hope to gain from this course? What do you hope to gain from this course? Please make sure that when you do answer the question that they are in complete sentences. Okay, guys? I know some people are actually try to do this from their cell phone, so sometimes they write like they're texting. Please do not write like you're texting. Make sure, preferably, that you are using a computer or laptop to answer this question. So here's your question for today. What do you hope to gain from this course? Let me give you a second to write it down. What do you hope to gain from this course?
I can hear you.
No, I put myself on pause so you can take the question. I was speaking to someone else.
Copy that.
You say you can or you can't hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah. I put myself on pause so you can write the question down. I'll be right back.
Well, I can be HVAC business manager.
What you say? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Were you talking to me?
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video and I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to walk us through the class. So give me 1 second to switch over does everybody have this written down? Okay. So give me 1 second to switch over the screens. All right, so your class should be pulling up now. Let me just grab this person. Let me see. See, somebody's trying to get in here, but go ahead, Francisco. You have a question?
He said that was by mistake.
No, I'm
So
sorry.
Oh, okay, no
quítalo.
problem.
He's new.
Thank good for Litza. I'm gonna have to pay her. She's my teaching assistant for today. Thank you so much. Okay, very good. Can everyone see the classroom?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what we're about
Yeah.
to do is I'm about to walk you through the classroom really, really quickly. All right, here we go. So when you first log into the classroom, right, what happens? This is your landing page. Now, yours may look a little different. It may look like this, right, because it doesn't have all that stuff that I have on mine. So when you first log in, it's going to look like this. There's two different ways that you can access the information. One way to access the information is if you scroll down here, it kind of tells you when the class starts. So you see that very quickly. That class begins today and it ends on August 29th at 10 p.m. August 29th at 10 p.m. The next thing that you want to pay attention to is where it says the live session. So you see here it says the live session is at 10 a.m. Live session is at 10 a.m. Right? Here we know we go here. Where's my cursor? To connect to the live class. You go here to connect to the live class. And then here is where you go to do the past classes live conferences. So let's say once we're done with this conference, if you weren't able to make it to class, you just be like, okay, let me go and see what they were talking about. So you click here, and then you'll notice, and all of these will change. So I'm sorry about that. You'll click here, and it'll have today's date, and then it'll have today's live participation session. All right. So that's what you do there. I need to switch that out. It'll update in a minute. The next thing that you want to do is go down to, well, the best way to do it is to go over here to announcements, right? So if you're also interested in, okay, what is the teacher talking about? Okay, you'll see the first week announcements. You won't see all of this because you're not the teacher, but you'll see this one. And you can you'll get my information. So you'll see it says, Miss Taylor, I'm welcoming you to the class. It says that the class starts at 10 a.m. If you are in the day, or it starts at 6 p.m. if you're not. Then it goes on to talk about what campuses you are from and if you're required to be on campus or you're not required to be on campus. It also talks about, if you scroll down here a little bit, most important stuff, if I talked about the times, if my information, I'm just trying to get to it. So here we go. It talks about participation, the same thing I've already discussed. And then it goes into my contact information. Here you'll see my cell phone number, 689-224-5790, and then my email address, right? So very important, the email address. So you can contact me via cell phone, or you can use my email address to contact me. Now, if I go back to the home page, what you'll see is the sessions 1, 2, 3, and 4. And typically, you can just click on like week 1 and get started. Before you get started, though, there are two things you need to do. And the very first thing is this honor pledge. The very first thing is this honor pledge. And before you do the honor pledge, you have to, before you do any assignment, you have to do the honor pledge, right? So if you guys are all on your laptops, I would say you can do it now. All you have to do is click on the honor pledge. And basically it's saying that this is a remote class and you're, pledging to do your own work, and you understand that, obviously because you can pace yourself. You can go a little faster if you want. Even if you miss a few days, you still can catch up, but you're responsible for it. So, that is what that statement is about. So once you've read it, it asks you to go ahead and take the quiz. So I encourage you to do that now. And then it just says, okay, that you affirm that you have not received any help in doing any of your assignments. Obviously, you haven't done them yet, but this is going to be one of affirmation for the entire assignment. So you're not going to bribe your little sister to do all your work for you. You're just going to hit I agree, and then you're going to hit submit quiz. Now, once you do that, then what will happen is you don't have to go back. You can actually go down here and hit next, but I just kind of want to show you work. Like if you click on next at the bottom, it'll take you right to week 1. Here you can see what your assignments are for week 1. You'll see that you're in chapters 1, chapter 2, and chapter 4. And I encourage you to start with chapter 1 today, to start reading chapter 1. It'll help you for your participation, for your actual assignment. And then if you say, okay, I want to start reading chapter 1, you have to activate your online book first. So the way that you can do that, and this is why I wanted to, because if you click here, I don't know if it'll let you go straight to the activation. See, mine is opening up because I already have it. But I think you have to, let me just go back here. You have to certify your book first. So what you can do is if you go back home and go down to week 1, and then here where it says connect to your book to activate it, you just click on it. Mine obviously was already activated. And then it says activate your subscription. And then it says, thank you for activating your subscription. And then it'll give you access to chapter 1. Any questions on that?
Nah, we good.
All right. So now what we're going to do is go to, let's see, go back home. I know I always hate to do it this way, but it's the best way to showcase it. So now all I was in week 1 here. You can also access your assignments by clicking on modules, but let's just keep going with this way because I think it's easier. We looked at the chapters, right? So what have we done so far? We've done our online pledge. We've activated our book. We've looked at our chapters. Now I need to go answer that participation assignment Ms. Taylor gave me. So let me go here. So here it says, okay, it's not going to tell you what the participation question is because you have to get that from the video, but it's going to give you an opportunity to answer it. How do you do that? You just click here where it says start assignment. And then it says, okay, well, what do you want to do? You have an option. You can upload your assignment. Well, Ms. Taylor only asked me a simple question. I just need to answer it with a sentence. So you can just click text entry and you can just type your answer in a complete sentence. And then you hit submit assignment and you are done. You got your participation question. You've done that assignment. It's worth 100 points. Done with that. Phew, first one off the table. Now you go to next. And this is your other assignment, which technically you have until Sunday to complete. I do not encourage you to do that because you're going to have more assignments tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, and you don't want them to pile up on you. Now, you do have an opportunity to read chapter 1 first, right? So you're not going to just jump in and answer this. You want to read chapter 1 to make sure you understand. We're talking about an online presence. And we'll be talking about online presence for quite some time, right? We'll be talking about why that's important and how it's going to help you with your job, but your job search and your career. This assignment asks the question, and it does require you to be a little bit more descriptive than just your participation question, but it wants to know how can an online presence like LinkedIn and Instagram, which we'll be discussing those at length, enhance your career and access to potential employers? That's the question. How can an online presence like LinkedIn and Instagram, enhance your career, and access to potential employers. Here it says to please give at least two examples. And we want to follow those rules very carefully, guys. Please give at least two examples. This is what we'll be discussing at length tomorrow. But once you've done that, so let's say you've decided to answer this question, uh, and go ahead next. You are done for today, and then that moves into next week, but Tuesday. But you don't even have to worry about that. Some other places that you might want to look besides your assignments are grades. Like the affirmation said, like you don't ever have to say, Miss Taylor, what do I have? What do I have for my assignment? What do I have for my assignment? What grades do I have? All you have to do is click on grades and you can see where you are. You can see if you turned something in, like here, live session participation question. Now, I'm here as a student. Look at that. It says, Miss Taylor, you didn't turn anything in. That's what that dash means. That dash means you didn't turn anything in. Let's say I did turn something in. Then that dash turns to a little piece of paper with squiggly lines on it. That means Ms. Taylor turned in her assignment, but that teacher Taylor didn't grade it yet. So now I got to wait for her to grade it. So let's say I come back tomorrow and boom, I got 100 points. There it is, 100 over 100 because I turned it in and she graded it. So you can track your own progress. You don't ever have to ask Ms. Taylor, like, what, where am I with this? Where am I with that? Oh my goodness, did I turn in that assignment? I'm not for sure. Just go to grades. If you see a piece of paper with a squiggly line, that means you turned it in, but Ms. Taylor hasn't graded it yet. That's how that works. Does anybody have any questions on that? I'll just show you this really quickly because most people don't use this module section, but you can. Here it just kind of gives you a laundry list of all, it's like a table of contents if you want, for all the different weeks. So you can see here, there's that online live session, the links, and here it says week 1. Now, you can even see what's going to go down in week 2, 3, and 4, but obviously you can't access them till it's time, but at least you can see it, right? So this will give you a quick. So if you're like curious, okay, how many assignments do I have for week 2? I don't want to push those buttons, week 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can, here's a quick little overview. Does that make sense, guys? Does anybody have any questions about the Canvas
Oh.
online? Any
Online,
questions?
right now, I'm not confused. It's just like it's first time doing
I know.
online thing, so it's
I
gonna
know.
take
I
time.
know.
But I'm glad like I have my own computer, so it's more easy in my computer in the phone. Cause in the phone is good. Just like if you need to go out or something, it help you. But
Right. So I know. So right now it sounds good. I know it seems really, really simple, but it's like once you get into it, that's when you may start to have questions, and that's okay. That is why I gave you guys my phone number. That's why I gave you my email.
okay,
You know,
yeah,
that's what the campuses are for. But listen, I don't want you guys to feel like you have to go to the campus. I am your first line of defense. If you are confused by something, like you're in class with me, Miss Taylor may have rambled on about something. The campus is not going to know what I rambled on about. Just give me a call. Like, do not be shy. I know you don't know me that well, but now you do. I am pretty laid back, guys. The only thing I ask, I know you young folks, don't send me a long, long text. Just pick up the phone and call me now. Don't send me a long text. I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna call you, and you're gonna say, "Why is Miss Taylor calling me?" Because I just need you to explain quickly what it is that you need. Now, if you can text quick, then I'm fine with it. All right.
okay. Thank you, thank you to say that because it's better to call you to send you like the whole menu.
Exactly, exactly. I know some people love that texting, but I'm old school. All right. So I want you guys to be comfortable because I want you to do well. I don't want you to be nervous. All right, my friends. So guess what? I'm
Okay.
going to give you back your time. I want you to take your time, do that question. I need time to post this video, do that assignment, start reading chapter 1, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. If
Okay, thank
anybody needs
you.
Thank you.
anything or you want to talk privately, I'm going to be back. I'm going to stay back for a few minutes. Everyone else, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.